So options trading is essentially this. Options trading is the idea of telling a story. That's what the stock market is allowing us to do. Is allowing us to identify and analyze the story that's being told. Okay? So for us to be able to be participants and profit from the market is we have to have an awareness of what story is currently being told. Okay? If we were to look at the market literally real time right now, okay, the story that's being told right here is that we're trying to achieve getting back to all-time highs, but there's some level of resistance based on sellers or people that already have the equities taking profit, okay, going and getting back to the downside. However, there's usually breakouts that occur after we enter into areas where we see some turbulence. So when we see things like touching of a 30-minute 50 EMA, right, on an uptrend, this essentially is consolidation. Okay, so we want to make sure that we are always aware of where we are. Okay, so again, the idea of the markets is the idea of telling a story of a movie. So if you're good at watching a movie or even a TV show and you say to yourself, I know what's going to happen next based off of whatever has happened already in the movie or the story, that's essentially what it is to be an options trader. Okay? If you're watching Law and Order SVU and you're looking at a situation, one of the episodes I watched probably years ago, was revolving around somebody, assassinating somebody, right? And it's like they give clues throughout the story as far as who potentially was the culprit, who potentially committed the crime, right? And so along the way, you get ideas and snippets of that story. Okay, but then by the time you get to the end of the story, there's either potentially a plot twist or it's who you thought it was all along. Okay, that's exactly what options trading is. Okay, so when you think about the idea of predicting the story, right, based off of the data, right, the data is what we see. Okay, the story is what we've already seen, right, the history. Okay, so the historical data that we have is that we're climbing and we're going up and reaching all-time highs. Okay, the story right here is that we're in consolidation. Okay, so based off of consolidation and knowing that we're achieving all-time highs, then the next the next ability for you to predict the next outcome is based off of what you've already seen. Okay, so being that we've seen upside and now we're consolidating, then unless we see downside after the consolidation, there's only one other way to go, which is up, which is what we have done. Okay, that's what we did on Friday. Okay, so as we're looking at the markets today, and it's a great thing we're having this discussion now because obviously we're still in consolidation. We haven't moved too much since we started the market opening about 7 minutes ago. Okay, so you always want to make sure that you follow the story. Like I said, if you love predicting movies, if you're one of those people just like me, where you're in the movie and you're thinking to yourself the whole time, like, all right, I know exactly what's about to happen next, then it's a beautiful thing to be an options trader because that's exactly what you're paid to do. Okay, so here we are. I see that we have